Hello, everyone, and welcome back to, I believe this is episode 42 of the Rogue Hunters podcast. Let me double check that. I think it's 42.
I think
We're,
it's 42. I may have wrote it down wrong.
yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, my bad. That's on me.
I thought I could have swore from what I uploaded it was 42, but yes, 42. I can't believe it's been 42. I had to just double check that.
Oops.
I'm joined here this week with Brian.
What up, everybody?
And Waves again cannot join us at least probably 2 more weeks. He's going hard. I know we said that last week, and then Waves joined us halfway. He may do the same today. I don't know. He kind of gets free here and there, and he gets some free moments. But yeah, just Brian this week. We've got a few good topics to talk about. We got the new God of War, some THQ Nordic games, and Diablo 2. So if you want to follow along for any of the articles or anything, or any of the topics we talk about, the articles will be linked below. That's what I meant to say. And if you guys have any topics that you want us to discuss in upcoming podcasts, you can leave those down in the comments below as well. And if you guys do go on to enjoy listening to the podcast, be sure to give us a like, share us to wherever you want to share to, and let us know down in the comments below. Also, in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff. All of our Discord server, I guess our Discord server, all of our Twitters, our Twitches, our YouTubes, all that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, Brian is actually going to start streaming some. So you can go give him a follow down there on the good old Twitch if you want to. But yeah, all that stuff is linked down in the description below. You can go follow everything. You can tweet at us topics or whatever, or just show up for, live streams and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We're getting to that point.
We're
starting to build up.
Slowly and surely. It's a process. Yeah. You don't just go, 0
Crazy
to 100.
schedules. Yeah.
It's hard to do that. But, yeah. So, with all that being said, let's get into our infamous first topic ever. What games we have been playing this week? Since I guess Waves isn't here, Brian, you get to go first again.
Should I do Waves'?
We can do Waves'.
Oh, he's actually made some progress and stuff. Holy crap. All right.
Yeah, let's go look at Waves.
Right.
What's he been up to? So, when was last week's podcast? It was the 12th.
The 12th.
So, it looks like Waves has made some progress in, well, I guess this is going to be everyone. Let's just put this out of the way first. We're all patting ourselves on the back. You guys can, give a round of applause if you want to. But we all know Max Payne 3 shut down last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we were all able to finish. So I was trying to make that sound like we didn't make it, but we were all able to finish. We all got level 50. We all finished all the multiplayer. So it was
84.
Yeah, it was a freaking grind. So I finished after the podcast last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Cats and I finished.
Yes.
And then
you finished, yeah.
So Cats and I finished last Monday. You and Waves were around the same level. I think you guys were around level 30 last week after the podcast. So you had to get from 30 to 50, which was going to be a freaking task and a half if you were doing chapter 4 too, which obviously you guys didn't do. I know you didn't. We had some help from Arkham and I believe a few other people. I ended up helping Waves.
Arkham's the MVP right now.
Yeah,
for me and Waves.
Arkham helped out Brian a lot, if not for basically from level 30 to 50. And then I helped Waves out a little bit. And then Cats also helped Waves out along with Arkham as well. You can get into it when you talk about yours. But I mean, matter of fact, let's just talk about it now. I mean, where did you get to and when did you finish? Just to put it in perspective for people.
Like, last podcast, me and you were grinding out the single player one, I believe, method. After the podcast, I was level 32. Waves was free, and he's like, "Hey, Brian, you want to get on and that?" I'm like, "Yeah." So me and Waves stayed up till like 2 a.m. grinding out. I was 35. Got on the next day, tried to do the level grind, couldn't get it. Waves just told me to hit up Arkham. Arkham's like, "Yeah, I can help out." From 35 to 35, I think 40, I got to with Arkham before I had to leave for work.
Mm-hmm.
Got home that night, you were streaming, and you're helping Cats get his.
Yep.
And then you went to bed because you had work the next morning. I was going to have you hop on with me for a bit.
Yeah. So
at that point, I didn't think I was going to get it done.
Yeah. So what ended up happening for me was Cats was actually like way higher leveled than me, but I was playing in my like free time. I was doing 4-2 because I just wanted to get done. So I was doing 4-2 and catching up to Cats, and then I ended up passing him and basically finishing. So yeah, the one night I think it was Tuesday night, I hopped on and helped him finish. And then that's when I think that's the night you were talking about. But you blew through level like 30 to 40 happened. I mean, it probably felt like an eternity for you, but when you kept updating me, I'm like, God damn, this man is flying, like, holy shit.
Well, I was getting 150 kills a match.
Yeah, you were zooming.
Like, Garkham's like, do this and that. I'm like, all right. And me and him were just going. And I was like, dude, I got to leave for work. All right. Well, that night, didn't get a chance. I didn't really play. Got up the next morning. I hit up Arkham. I'm like, dude, you free? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you want to do this? He's like, yeah. So he was keeping track of, like, my levels. And I guess one of his people on his friends list were doing it. And they're doing the single player method. I went up, like, 10 levels in, like, 3 hours. And his one buddy only went up, like, 2 doing the single player method.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically how it goes when you get to, like, I don't know what level his friend was at, but, like, when you get to the higher levels, that's how it is. It's, like, you basically get, like, a level an hour is, like, typically what the single-player method is, but, like, you get a few extra when you're at the beginning, obviously, because of XP, but once you get to, like, level 30 or so, that's what it ends up feeling like a level an hour.
Right.
So 30 to 50, well, maybe not 30, maybe, like, mid-30. I think technically 34 is like the halfway point XP wise, not level wise, but XP wise. So probably like late 30s to 50 is like an hour a level is what it ends up like feeling like.
Yeah. Well, I ended up going to work. I had to go to work, and I'm like, I had one more match to do, but I was running late as it was.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll finish it. And then I'm at work and I'm here to message Waves. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to get on and do this. I'm going to grind. I'm like, and Waves grinded for at least 12 hours.
Oh, Waves sat there on, what was it, Wednesday? Basically the day before it shut down. And he grinded from, which by the way, like he probably shouldn't have done because of like what's going on, what he's doing right now. But it was now or never kind of. So he ended up
funny.
He grinded for like he started at 1 or 2 p.m. my time, and he ended up finishing at like 4, and he actually finished. And I think he definitely took a break for like dinner or something, but he actually finished, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like,
well,
that's crazy.
He messaged me when I was at work about it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you gonna get on tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'll help you get your last like half level because I had like only like 8,000 XP left to get."
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, again, he's like, "Are you willing to boost?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Thank you." And I came in, I'm eating my food while I'm boosting with him. I'm eating my dinner. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And he's like, going. I was like, just go. And he had some shitty spawn points, I'm not going to lie. I like, some of the spawn, it wasn't working for some matches. And he's like, well, we'll just finish in the morning. I'm like, nah, boys, we'll get it done now. And he hit like level 49 at like 3 a.m. I'm like, dude, we're just going. And at 4 a.m. we got done. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, like when it came down to it. And he, I can't believe he went through, like, so when I was playing with Cats, the one night Cats was losing his mind when we were playing. And we were up late. Like, don't get me wrong, we were up like super late. We were, I think it was like 3 a.m. or something. And I was telling Cats, like, basically in my mind as I was playing through, you guys were probably a little different because you were kind of like, I got to get this shit done ASAP. And I felt the same way. But in my mind, I had like structured it out where I was like, okay, by the time Friday comes, I want to be level 40. And then over the weekend, I'm going to self grind while I'm away, and I'll get up to like 42 or 43. And that's what I was doing. Right. And then I was like, by the time Sunday comes around, I'll do like, 4 levels, get up to 46. And then, maybe, Monday morning, I'll do a few. levels, and then I'll try to be like 47, 48 and knock it out, Monday night, which is what I ended up doing. I think I did knock it out Monday night, not Sunday when we did the podcast, but
yeah, you're right.
I got up to, before I could have finished it Monday, but I ended up stopping. I got up to like 49 and some change on Monday when I was self boosting, and then when I got on with Cats, I knocked it out, and then I think he was like 47, so I ended up just helping him get to 50. But dude, it was, and I'm telling you, there's something about it that I absolutely love. There's something about doing games before servers go down, and it's just the most like exhilarating feeling when it comes to like gaming that I've dealt with in like recent years. Like when I was doing Killzone 2 before it went down, it was like crazy, dude. And that game was on another level because you had to get on leaderboards to get trophies. Right. So like not only were you just like boosting shit to boost shit, like you legitimately had to like beat people to get trophies. Like it was crazy, and I it was a fun time. To me, I had a lot of fun doing it, and I've really enjoyed doing games since then, like this or like Twisted Metal or like anything that's gonna go. GTA 5 is gonna be next. Like it's just it can be stressful, but it's super fun and it's super rewarding when you finish.
Right. Like I had fun, and Cass was in the call with me and Waves for that night for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Wade's like, man, we'll just finish in the morning. I'm like, no. He's like, I'll just get Arkham. I'm like, no, man, we'll finish now. You got like 2 matches left at most.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll just get it done. He's like, all right. Got that shit done. So Wade's got his 2 trophies. I think he did it quicker than me and you did. If you think about it.
He was flying. Like he was actually flying. Like it was actually crazy how fast he got done. So
yeah. So me and Waves both got that done on the same night. Looks like Waves did the multiplayer for the new multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, he said he was telling me about it. He said it was very easy.
Mm-hmm. So and looks like he's back on the Yakuza grind. He's just working on. Is this 2?
Kiwami 2, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kiwami 2.
Yeah, that man has been on the Yakuza grind for forever.
Hey, he's enjoying it. That's all that matters.
That is true. That is all that matters, as long as he's enjoying it. So.
But going back to like how you were trying to do for like the whole level grind, like I do this. That was my original plan too. Do so many levels a day. But that didn't end up happening. I'm like, all right. Well, now I really gotta grind.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Like, well, I was hitting my levels too, so I guess it wasn't the worst. But yeah, I was definitely like, oh man, like I was trying to structure myself to hit stuff certain days and everything, and it wasn't like I had a lot of fun, dude. And it's funny because there's people that I know that did this Max Payne 3. There's always people that experience this the first time. And when they experience it, they're like, oh my God, like that was so much fun. Like I really want to do. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it's such an exhilarating feeling to not to just do it, but like to finish it,
Well, yeah. Well, if people would have known the conversation me, you, and Waves had after that, all of us got done like, hey, let's do these games now. Hey, we're on the PS3, girl. You got, like, this game put me and Waves on the PS3 grind now, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the PS. I mean, you guys know, you all know, I've been on. I've been on the PS3 grind for years, but it really puts into perspective. Well, server shutdowns. I always say it'll be put it as my mantra. They're a blessing in disguise, is what it comes down to. So it is really interesting to do them, but It does make you, when you do one, right, you're like, oh shit, and then like you feel like you should be doing them all. So like we have games, well, not just server shutdowns, but games in general. So now we have like back on the list of PS3 games that like we want to do. And to be fair, I told you guys, months ago when I started it, but the games that I've been playing over the past month have been, I just want to say, not the easiest games to really play. Like doing all the Need for Speeds and doing everything has not been the easiest for me, time wise or difficulty wise. So it's been, interesting to definitely do them. But, I was telling you guys, like my goal is going to be that I want to. I'm gonna do my. I have a few games that I want to do, and you and I have a few games that we want to do. Like for instance, right now I'm working on the single player for Max Payne 3. After that's gonna be GTA 5. You and I talked about doing Anthem. We have a few other games, but as I've discussed in the past, I want to do ABC order as I'm playing through games, and
Correct.
but what I told myself was I'm gonna do that for games that are, I'm gonna do that for games that I have on my list, right? But I'm also going to, as I'm going through, when I get to B, I'm going to go to that other separate list that I created like a few months back. That was, games where I need to still do the multiplayer on the PS3. And if I need to do the multiplayer, we'll organize to do it. So like there's a few in the Bs, right? But a few, like one of them is obviously BioShock 2. But there's other ones that are like, for instance, Bionic Commando, I believe is one. So it's just like things like that, as I'm going down, we're going to do it. Hopefully, if you guys are interested. But yeah, we are definitely we're definitely on the PS3 grind, you could say. So
yeah, but like there are a few games like I've come to find out that Far Cry 2 is still obtainable on the console version. Only the PC version went down according to Waves and Cats.
Yeah, it is.
So
it is only
that kind of made me sad because now I want to do Far Cry 2. Red Dead Redemption, which I have no problem doing. I like Red Dead.
I would say when it comes down to it, this is what I would do. When it comes to big grinds, because this is what I told myself I'm going to do. Is that if a game is a big grind, for instance, Far Cry 2, for me, I have a few games like Red Faction Guerrilla, Bad Company 1 at some point. These are big. These are games that will take, a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
I've told myself that my goal is that I want to play through my PS3 collection. I want to play through easier, quote unquote, easier PS3 multiplayer games for the time being. And that if I ever am able to finish up my backlog when it comes to multiplayer games, that those will be the last games that I go for. Just because, or if there is an announcement for a server shutdown, then I will go for it. But I just feel like I don't want to say it's not worth it, but like it is a lot to, if you just keep doing multiplayer. It's going to be the same thing with any game, right? If you keep playing the same type of game over and over again, like I was burning myself out with simulation. I'm not going to lie, when it came to like shift 1 and shift 2, but like I knew I needed to get them done, which is why I pushed myself through. Now, if the servers weren't going down, I would not have done those games back to back. Don't get me wrong. I would not have done it the way I did it, but I kind of had to, but it's the same thing with these multiplayer games, right? Like it's fun to do them every once in a while. And like, to an extent, it's fun to do like, one every like week or two. But man, when you start doing them back to back and like every time you get on a game, you're just sitting there dying over and over again. You're like, all right, maybe this ain't it. So,
well, it's going to come to that sometime, but I just added the Far Cry 2 and Red Dead to my list of games I do want to do,
Yeah, the fun thing with Red Dead is like you're constantly doing something. Like, something different. Like Red Dead, you're never really like grinding per se, other than like maybe level grinding and the level or the 50,000 XP grind. You're not really ever like grinding anything. Like you're doing co-op missions. You're working towards a few wacky random trophy. Like there's always like random stuff that you're working towards. But I mean, those are both like very, very doable games.
Yeah, it is. What else? Well, that was it for Waves.
That's all Waves has been playing.
All right. So my turn.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So on the 14th, I got all the weapons, so that was my level 40.
Nice.
For Max Payne. The 15th, I got rank 50.
Nice.
Then the 16th, I was so burnt out, I took a break from Max Payne 3. I decided to play something completely different, and I started playing Psychonauts 2.
Which is very nice.
That I'm having fun with. Then the following night, I went back to Max Payne. I got all the random trophies I had left to get, like get 7 kills while jumping from a boat, cleared a hallway of lasers, kill 30 enemies in 2 minutes. 10 bullet time kills in a row, 100 kills with melee, and survive the level without painkillers. So I got the rest of my. So all I got left in Max Payne is New York Mint Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
All the 3 campaign missions, or playing through the campaign 3 more times, and the collectibles.
Which is
so
nice.
I got about 6 or 9 trophies left in that game.
Which is nice. That's really nice.
And then all week, I was going to play Max Payne all weekend, but I decided I'm going to play Psychonauts, and I'm basically playing that. And I unlocked like 30 trophies in that game this week.
Yeah, which is totally fine. Like, again, burnout is a thing, and like,
yeah,
what I always try to, or you know, when I talk to people on stream and stuff, when they ask, and like when I always get like the burnout question, it's like the thing with burnout is like the only way to really work with burnout and like to work around it is to moderate the games you play. Like, if you're bored as shit by a game, don't force yourself to play it. Put it down. Put it down. The thing is with games, right? There's always something that intrigues you to play that game to start off with.
right.
And if that interest leaves, put it down until you get that interest again. But the thing you need to remember, and like the thing, not just you, but like I'm saying, like in general, right, to people, the thing that people need to remember is if you're going to put a game down, always have the intention to pick it back up. And
Right.
always have it as a thought, and don't ever forget it. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Don't ever forget it as a game that you want to play, because when you forget it, it never gets completed. So like if you're gonna put Max Payne 3 down, always remember, hey man, like these are the games, these are my active games that I'm playing. Always have it on like an active game list of things, even if it's at like the dead ass bottom. Like at least it's always a thought that's still in your head of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back to that at some point. I'm gonna do that at some point. So I think that's what I always like tell people with like, or when I try to like explain it with burnout, is like moderation, but always remember like to go back to it, because it obviously caught your interest enough to where you wanted to play it in the first place. So like keep that keep
like,
that.
My idea for Max Payne is where was I? Play it at night when I get home from work, and just do the campaigns throughout the week.
Yeah, even if you do like 1 or 2 missions a night, and then if you know that fucking police mission is gonna be a pain in the ass,
Oh yeah, and then New York Mint Hardcore I'm gonna do on a weekend, because that's when I can sit down and just go right through it.
Mm-hmm.
But during the day, I decided I'm gonna be streaming. The stream game as of right now is gonna be Kenya, The Bridge of Spirits, which comes out at midnight tonight. And then Psychonauts 2 during the day if I want to play that.
Yeah.
And those, it's completely different games that I'm playing at a time. They're both on the radar. That all 3 will be on the radar of what I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
After Max Payne, I will be starting God of War.
Nice.
Franchise. And that's how I figure I'm going to be doing like a new game, backlog game, new game, backlog game, and pretty much.
Yeah, which is like I think that that's a good way to do it.
And then I've gone past my psyche of adding stuff to my list, so I'm actually okay with it now. Where I don't got a 100% account all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that. So I don't mind like, hey, you want to start this? Yeah, no big deal. Like Never Dead was the last game we talked about starting.
Yeah.
So that's sitting on the shelf waiting for whenever we started, or Anthem, or any game me and you've been talking about. Aliens Firestorm, Fireteam, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Like I want to play that Alan Wake game when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Deathloop yet. Those are some new games I want to try out.
I also think that it's always a good idea, like you said, to always like switch back and forth between like a backlog and like starting a new game. That I think that definitely helps with burnout as well. I have issues, like personally, I have issues when it comes to like figuring out like what I want to do stream game wise versus like not stream game wise, because like
right. That was a hard one for me to decide what to do.
Yeah, because I like to experience games on stream, right, with people, but at the same time I also don't want to, like, for instance, like Max Payne 3, I'm probably gonna have to shelf doing it on stream for a while, because I want to do my next playthrough on hard, but as I'm doing it on hard, I also want to do the collectibles. And I have problems doing, and again, this is me from like a mental standpoint. I have problems doing collectibles while streaming or doing trophy guides while streaming, like doing them live on stream, because like I even have troubles making trophy guides when I'm in like a Discord call, because I want to be
Oh yeah.
focusing on that guide. I want to make the best possible guide when whether it's, trophy guide, collect, whatever it is. Like I want to make the best possible guide, and I don't want to be, I don't want to have any sort of complications or anything like that. So
Right. Like my idea for the stream wise was I'll go play the game through the campaign and get as many trophies as I can. But if nobody wants to see like the trophy hunting wise, that's fine. I'll put the game on the side and I can play the game at night when I get home.
yeah,
After I beat the campaign, and I'll just put a new game onto the list of what we're playing, and just keep going like that. And yeah, the game will get added to the backlog, but at least I know what I'll be playing at night then too.
yeah,
So if nobody wants to see the trophy hunting aspect, all right, fine. If they do, all right, cool.
yeah.
And then I'll platinum the game on stream. If not, then I'll start a different game, and that platinum will be done off stream.
That's another thing that I don't know, man. I feel like people are like, oh, I don't really want to watch you boost games, and it's like, oh my god, it's so weird. Like I feel like some people are super into it. Like, oh, I want to watch you boost Max Payne 3, and it's like, do you really though? Like, do you really want to? Like, do you really want to?
Because we don't even want to boost this.
Yeah, like I don't even want to play this shit. You really think that like you want to watch me? Like, come on now. Let's not be crazy here with what we're requesting, but it's weird because some people do, man. Like some people do. Right. They'll be like, I do want to watch you shoot your partner in the head over and over again. It's like, but like, do you though? Like, right. Do you actually want to?
Like we got the new Horizon coming out. Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I have left on that game is the ultra hard New Game Plus playthrough. I might save that for stream, play that through a stream, and then that game's off my list then too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that with I don't know. I feel like doing like the New Game Plus stuff is definitely like interesting. Like if you do like Ghost of Tsushima, right? But like my thing is like, right, I would stream like the new the Assassin's Creed DLC or the Ghost of Tsushima DLC or something like that, but I feel like I don't know. Part of me is like, do I actually want to? Because like I kind of want to experience it, and like also if I want to make guides for it, like, I don't know. I just go back and forth between all of that.
To be New Game Plus, the guide, if you were going to make guides, you would have had them done because technically you got the game done already. So
yeah, that's why I'm saying like when it comes down to like when it comes down to doing New Game Plus stuff, it doesn't matter, but yeah, it's always been like a thing in my mind where I'm like, do I actually want to? New Game Plus is fine, but like if I'm experiencing like a DLC for the first time do I actually want to play this one through on stream, or do I want to, do my own thing and deal with it after that? I don't know. It's just a weird complex. It's weird.
I think it depends on the game for me. Like Resident Evil Village, I think I would rather would do on my own.
Yeah.
Like the first, like Psychonauts 2, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I could stream this. I don't care. Horizon Forbidden West, it's going to be up in air because I really like the first one. So I'm not sure if I want to experience with everybody or not. I'll see how the viewer base is too when it hits that point.
Yeah, the other thing that I'll tell you getting into streaming, which is like another reason why I limit myself to certain games that I play, is you have a lot of people, whether they're like reoccurring viewers or new viewers who will come in and kind of backseat game, as I say. And it's not just backseat gaming. It's like, it's one of the reasons why like I don't want to do like New York Minute Hardcore on stream, right? I'm probably going to end up doing it because like it's going to be my last trophy in Max Payne 3, but it's part of the reason why like I don't want to. And like when it comes down to it, like it doesn't bother me at the moment because I don't really get it too often. But if I was to get it frequently, if people telling me how to play games, like I would have to pull like a shut the fuck up out. Like, thank you for your input, but like I'm trying to experience the game. You got to experience the game how you wanted to play it. Now let me experience the game the way that I want to play it. And like you'll get people all the time when you start streaming, Brian, it'll happen all the time.
Oh yeah,
You do remember people coming in during Assassin's Creed Odyssey and they're like, "Hey, dude,
Mm-hmm.
what build are you using in Assassin's Creed Odyssey?" And I'm like, the one when I play the fucking game the way I want to." Like,
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons why I hate streaming Soulsborne games. I hate streaming games that have like not toxic player bases, but player bases that are very like, you got to play the game the right way. And it's like, no, I'm gonna play the game the way that I want to play the game. Like,
Right. Most likely, I'll just be playing new games. I can't stream the PS3 or anything, so.
oh yeah, because you got to buy like if you buy that Matrix, you can, but
Yeah, but
I wouldn't worry about it right now.
No, PS3 is gonna be for me.
Yeah, PS3's for the homies.
Hell yeah. Pretty much.
PS3's for the homies. But yeah, I mean the backseat. I mean you'll get over it, right? But like, but it'll be like, for instance, if you play like RE8 on stream, right? You'll have people that'll be like, "Oh, you missed a collectible. You missed this. You missed that." It's like, bro, I know what I'm doing. Okay, like I'm not an idiot. Like, I know how to play games. Trust me.
I missed collectible. Joke's on you. I already got all the collectibles, so nah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, shut up. So,
just leave me the fuck alone. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get it. Though.
But
you'll get it.
But I think I'll do. Once Max Payne 3's on, I'm gonna do God of War. Then I'm gonna get the Dirt 5 DLC done since they added that. So that game's back at 100%. You know, it's just normal, just regular crap.
Yeah, I get it.
But right now, Kenya.
Everyone keeps asking me about that. Like, is that like? I know it's like the only new game coming out right now, but like, are you like super hyped for it? Like, how are you feeling about it?
I'm kind of hyped. I want to see how it is, in all honesty. So,
yeah, no, I totally get it.
Yeah, I would see how it is. Like, I was just worried about Psychonauts 2, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. So,
I mean, yeah. I would say just, play it. Like, if you're interested, like, play it. I think that's like, I feel like people get so, like, I don't want to say, like, caught up on that, but people are so, like, oh, this game got a bad review. Like, I don't know if I want to play it. And it's like, dude,
yeah, well,
like,
I don't pay attention to reviews, so they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to reviews at all. Like, I know, like, for instance, Deathloop. Like, Deathloop is, like, people are like, oh, like, I'm super excited for this and all this, and then it got like, apparently it's getting like 9 out of 10s, like it's getting like super good reviews, but I think it just depends on if you like that style of game,
right?
So,
like, Hades did well, and I enjoy Hades, but I'm not that good at Hades. But it's still like to me, Hades is just a chill game I can sit there and play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but after the stream, I'm gonna do another test run for the stream, see if everything's looking okay, and then hopefully it is. Midnight, I'll start downloading Kenya, and probably about 10:30 tomorrow morning, the stream will start.
Nice. Ryan's
but
getting into the streams.
Hell yeah. We just gotta get Waves to do it more often, and all three of us will be streaming.
He'll get there.
Hell yeah.
He'll get there.
But the Empire Rogue Hunters is starting.
That's what we want you to think, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's not really. It's a slow process.
Dude, it is. Like, getting up and streaming, like, I don't think people realize, like, how much it actually takes. Not just to even get up and stream, but, like, to make sure, like, things are working properly. Like, that's a whole different ball game, too, so.
Oh, yeah. And if you've never done it before, you don't know what to look for. Luckily, I got somebody that knows what the hell they're doing and can tell me what the fuck might be the problem.
Yeah, that's, like, I couldn't even imagine, like, I guess people just watch stuff. Like, mine has been, like, a combination of that, but also, like, testing my own stuff, so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited. Plus, doing this podcast has helped too, because I'm used to just talking to a mic now and with nobody there.
Yeah. I know that was like Wave's big thing. He was like, I don't know if I could make videos or whatever, because like it's just so weird for me to talk to myself. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna come off weird at first, but like you'll get it over
Actually,
time.
The best thing to do for that is to sit there in front of a mirror and just talk.
Yeah.
They say.
Yeah, to do that, or I mean, just do it like over time, or like when you're not doing anything, like when you're sitting there, playing a game or something. Like I think that's a good way to practice if you're by yourself, right? Like just sit there while you're playing a game and like, even if you're not saying it out loud, just thinking in your head, like, what would I be saying right now, or something like that, or like, even if you're sitting there playing a game by yourself and you could like talk out loud and do it. I mean, you probably shouldn't do it if people are around because they'll think you're like a psychopath. But like, if you're by yourself, that's a good way of doing it as well. So
exactly. And the number one rule: don't be a DSP.
yeah, I mean, I would hope no one would go to that length, but
you never know.
It's a possibility that someone could get there.
But other than that, that is everything I've been playing, Snickle. What have you been going for?
So nothing really new for me, just mainly Max Payne 3. So, as discussed previously, I was able to finish up we were all able to finish up the online. So got level 50. I guess I should make note to people because it's still obtainable. It was up in the air what was going to happen. The challenge mode is still obtainable. People were talking about how the challenge mode was not going to be obtainable after the servers are down. Not true. Still obtainable. So.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah. There's people still earning that. So.
Okay.
That's good. So what I've been doing after I finished up level grinding, I did the same thing you did. I've been playing through. I've been doing chapter select and playing through and getting all the random, quote unquote, random trophies. So I'm almost done with that. I just have to do a few other ones like surviving with painkillers. I kind of want to grind out the melee kills because I know I'm not going to get that naturally.
That's what I did. I did it on the boat mission.
Okay, the Panama mission.
Yeah, at the very beginning when you're like hungover and come out the door and there's like two guys in the hallway.
Yeah.
I just meleeed all of them. I ran up and I just made sure not to kill the last guy and had then the last guy kill me, and I just kept redoing it over and over again.
That's a smart idea. Yeah, so I'll probably do that after the podcast tonight. I got a few more guides that I want to upload, so maybe I'll make a guide on that one. We'll see.
Oh, and that one is a little bit glitchy, Snickle. I even got the grind for the 100, and the trophy unlock. I had to get like 5 more, and then it unlocked. The trophy unlocked.
That's super irritating, but
yeah, just so you know.
Okay, well, thank you for the heads up. So, but yeah, so I have to do, I guess technically like 2 more random trophies is going to be the painkiller and the melee one. Those are like my only 2 random trophies that I have to get, and then the rest is weapons, which I need to figure out what I'm missing. And then the collecties. Yeah. So I need to do like clues and golden guns.
Oh yeah, I see. I somehow got all the weapons on my first playthrough.
Well, let me look.
I wasn't even trying.
So PT92 is a pistol. I feel like that's like the regular one probably. Shotgun, Mini 30. Yeah, I had to have. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've gotten all these. The only thing I can't think of is, I don't know, maybe some at the end, but I feel like I definitely picked. I don't know. I'll probably go through these chapter selects and figure out which one I'm missing or something. But
while I play through the game, I somehow found and used every weapon in the game, and I found all the tourists.
That's interesting. Is a tourist? Yeah, are the tourists like? Are they collectibles basically?
Yeah, they're technically a collectible.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, my plan for the game is I'm done all the random trophies. I want to finish uploading my trophy guides. From there, I'm going to play back. I'm gonna start a new game on hard and do all the collectibles. So that'll be the goal there. So I'll play through on hard, get all the collectibles, gold guns, all that, and then probably what I'll end up doing is I'll probably do the old school and the hardcore mode like right after that, just to get those difficulty ones out of the way. So I'm like done with the actual difficulty, and then I'll do New York Minute hardcore. Now, the reason I haven't mentioned New York Minute is because I played that on stream the other day, and I'm up to chapter, I think 12 or something on New York Minute. So I only have, 3 more chapters left for New York Minute, so that's basically, to me, that's basically done. I mean, I have to do the last mission, which, could be interesting, and then I also have to do the police station. But again, I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about New York Minute. The funny thing is, New York Minute and New York Minute Hardcore, I feel like are comparable when it comes to difficulty, if you think about it. But I think people just get scared by New York Minute Hardcore because it's permadeath. But in reality, they're both permadeath modes. It's just that New York Minute, you restart the checkpoint and not the mission, or you don't restart the whole game. So it's not a permadeath for the whole game. Now, I don't know if in New York Minute Hardcore, I think in New York Minute Hardcore, I believe you can't use soft lock. You have to use free aim. So that may make it a little difficult when it comes down to it. But they're both permadeath modes, and I think they both have their give and their takes, because if you think about it, when you're playing on the normal New York Minute, you're playing against the time per level, which could be more difficult in levels like the police mission or the last level. You really have to push yourself to move fast through these levels, because if you don't get kills fast enough, you're not going to move through fast enough. It's going to suck.
Right.
But when it comes to the New York Minute Hardcore, by the time you get to those final missions, you'll have time built up, because you'll make time up on certain chapters and stuff. So time won't really be the issue on New York Minute Hardcore. It really just comes down to not being stupid, which is easier said than done.
I know, because we can do some stupid stuff. So
yeah, or it could come down to something as dumb as like you missed one little enemy because you didn't think that they were there. You thought you killed everybody, and there ends up being a guy right behind you, or whatever. So it definitely can be a little bit of a pain. But I feel like if you do New York Minute Hardcore and you're kind of you don't even have to be like knowledgeable of the game. You just pay attention kind of to what's going around. I feel like you could probably get through it pretty fast, or pretty easily. But I've heard horror stories about it, but I'm not worried about it, because it's not really a difficulty thing. It's just a take your time and you'll figure it out thing. So
right.
So yeah.
Like, even the guy that wrote the guide, he's like, Dead Space 2 and Hardcore was more difficult than New York Minute Hardcore.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like more difficult. And like I said, New York Minute and New York Minute Hardcore, they each have their own difficulties, because New York Minute, you really have to push yourself through the levels, but you also are telling yourself in your head, if I fuck this up, I don't need to restart the whole game. I only restart that chapter or that level.
Right.
Where New York Minute Hardcore is kind of like, okay, maybe I take it easy here, because I don't want to restart. I don't want to be 3 hours in and then have to restart my whole thing.
Right.
That's
kind of why I want to do it on a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's a weekend. I don't have to get rushed through it to get to work or have to work,
Yeah.
I can sit down and be like, all right, let me do this, take it calm. Like, the first 9 chapters are going to be like, all right, take it slow, chapter 10, they say, and then, of course, that freaking police station is going to be a bitch.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of the last mission in the airport when you're on the fucking conveyor. I hate that part.
Yeah, that's true. That one's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm only worried about 3 parts of the game. So Part number 1 is, which I guess doesn't really matter because it's kind of short into the game, but part number 1 is going to be chapter 3, which is the stadium. Which I am more worried about, because not really because like at the beginning of the game, but that chapter in and of itself is just a pain in the ass, because they give you like no ammo. You have to use shotguns and shit, which like that is kind of like whatever. But you should get to that within like 30 minutes to an hour. So like realistically, if you fuck up, it's not the end of the world. The other one is the police station. And then the last level I'm kind of worried about when it comes to like literally right before the when you're doing like the final boss battle, essentially. Not going down the runway, but like the one right before that when the guy shoots the grenade launcher at you, because if one of those hits you, like it's game over. But I think I think the way I'm going to go about that is just save my bullet time, and when he shoots it, just activate it and like make sure I get it. So I think that's kind of the goal there for me. But yeah, I'm not super worried about finishing. I think I'm more worried about playing through on hardcore, because I know that's going to be more of a pain in the ass. But I'm not even worried about like playing through. I'm more worried about like keeping enough ammo. In all honesty, like I feel like you run out of ammo faster than like anything else. So,
and they tell you to use the Uzi, so I'm like, all right,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
So regardless, this week I've gotten through the random trophies. I'm gonna finish the random trophies up after the podcast, and then I'm gonna start playing through. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tonight, because I may start playing through on hard. To get the collectibles. Again, this is where I get my dilemma with streaming and stuff, and I feel like I really fucked my streaming schedule up when it comes down to it, because I want to I can stream tonight. I want to stream tonight, but what do I stream because I don't want to stream Max Payne 3 on hard because I want to do the collectibles. So then do I start streaming GTA 5? Like, if I do stream, like, what do I end up doing? Which maybe I'll end up doing. Maybe I'll download GTA 5 and start streaming that. I don't know, but yeah, this is like, and I know people meme on me all the time. Well, you're not going to stream for like 2 weeks now because blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, you don't understand. Like, I'm not streaming because I don't want to. Like, I want to. I'm not streaming because like I'm trying to get through this game and get it done. And I don't want to stream what I'm doing at the moment because I don't want to stream making a collectible guide because I don't want to fuck it up. So
yeah, you don't want to pull a Brian from PS5 trophies.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. So
and fuck up a collectible guide at the very beginning of the damn game.
Yeah, that's the last thing I want to do. So we'll see what ends up happening. Like I said, I may stream. Maybe I'll start GTA 5 and start streaming that. Who knows? But yeah, I've made it through. I would say I've made it through. We've all made it through a chunk of Max Payne 3. For me personally, it's going to come down to at least 4 more playthroughs. 3 of them being on the difficulties, 1 of them being on the New York Minute hardcore, and then finishing up the New York Minute, just a few more chapters there and getting that done. So
yeah, I'm down to my last 5 playthroughs. So
hey, well, we're making progress. So
oh yeah,
but yeah, I'm gonna be so. Don't get me wrong, Max Payne 3, great game, phenomenal game.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point. I'm not burnt out by it yet, but I've got to the point where if I finished it tomorrow, I wouldn't be mad. Let me just put it that way.
I think I'm at the point where I knew I was starting to get burnt out after that grind, you know, and that's why I just took a break from it. And then I was like, all right, and just when I did all the random stuff, I'm like, all right, back to this. All right, now I feel like I'm more relaxed and ready to play it.
Yeah, the weird thing, which I've always told people, the weird thing about putting so much time into a game is it is very satisfying to get it done. Super satisfying to get it done. You almost go through this void after you do it of like, I've completed this and I don't really know what to do now. Which is like I feel like is the weirdest feeling because I did it when I was, you know, when I played through Shift, the run, and Shift 2, or I should say specifically when I played through Shift and the run, I knew what my next game was going to be. I guess when it comes down to Shift 2, I was the same way. I knew after I played Shift 2 that my next game was going to be Max Payne 3, but I was so unfamiliar with the game that I still had that void of like, fuck, what am I going to do? Like Max Payne 3 is going to be the same way, you know, like I'm so comfortable and I know what I'm doing that I know my next game is GTA 5, but like, I don't even know where to start with that.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So like I guess to project out for me personally, I'm going to be trying to finish Max Payne 3 by, I don't think I'll be able to do it by next week, probably 2 weeks. And I'm going to be playing it like basically nonstop. So maybe we'll see what ends up happening. Maybe I'll be able to finish it by next week because realistically the playthroughs can take 5 hours. I'm probably a little more because of the difficulty, but you know, maybe I can do it by next week if I really push, but we'll see. And then after that, GTA 5 for me on the PS3, which I may start tonight. We'll see what ends up happening. And then after that, we'll be doing maybe like Anthem or something together. We'll have to figure that out. And then I'm going to be doing AC Valhalla DLC, which I'm hoping to not take too long. And then Ghost of Tsushima DLC as well. So I'm hoping to get those games done. And then, you know, then I'll be getting back on the ABC PS3 game list, which I've been out of it for a while. So,
well, we all got plenty of games planned, I think.
Don't even get me started.
I don't think Wade's coming off that Yakuza grind anytime soon. So,
dude, which is fine, like totally fine.
No, he's getting that shit done. So
I'm so glad that I'm so glad when everyone does it, man. It makes me feel good when people are playing games that they like actually are enjoying and they're not just like doing Max Payne 3 and it's not just Max Payne 3 but multiplayer in general. And I know Waves was like Waves was like, oh man, like I really don't want to do this. Like this is gonna be such a grind. Like blah 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 blah. And it's like, it sucks. Like it definitely sucks when you first start because you're like, why am I taking my time away from this game?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Good lord.
Wow.
Just bang on my goddamn door. All right.
I was wondering what happened. I thought you fell.
No, my sister is over and she has no care for what's going on anywhere else, and she just bangs on my door and tells me something I already knew. But whatever.
Dinner's done.
No, not yet.
Oh.
It's still got time. Sorry for the interruption. Slight issue. I think what I was getting at there was, it's hard to like put a game down that you're playing, that you're putting time into, that you're really enjoying, to then play something else for like a grind, right? Especially again, Max Payne 3, Yakuza. Waves was having so much fun playing Yakuza, and then he had to put it down. And like in reality, when it comes down to it, like in any other situation, I'd have been like, dude, finish Yakuza, get it done. We'll do Max Payne 3 when you want to. We'll do it whenever. Like. You play, but I feel like when it comes to especially these games that have server shutdowns, it's like now or never, right? It's like you either do it now and like you step away from the game, or like never. Like for instance, like you started playing Bully, and I know you were doing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order with like your buddy and Dangerous Driving and stuff, and like you were going hard at Dirt 5 to finish it, and then the DLC came out as we were doing Max Payne 3, the other one, which is just like, god damn it, but
oh well.
You didn't want to step away from that shit to do Max Payne 3. Like, you would have rather played those, but, like, it was, like, now or never to do this, so,
and I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I think the next game series, like, I'm excited to do is going to be another baseball game, in all honesty.
Yeah, we got to get on 19. I actually was, taking a shelf out of my room the other day, and I realized that I kept 19 and 20 up in my room. I kept all the MLB games up in my room because, we were going to be playing them, so...
Right.
I got it right here, but yeah, I kind of am excited to get back to it, even though it's only been like what 2 months or 3 months. 2 months?
Let's see, we did 18 last, right? A month and 2 weeks.
Damn, it's only been a month. That's crazy.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Oh no, I played them in a month. My bad.
So when did we play it last? We played it at the end of June. When did I play mine at the end of June? Yeah, we platinumed it on the same day, June 28th.
Yeah, well,
Hey, well, that's crazy how that works. But yeah, I mean, dude, I've been doing so much BS like over the summer that like, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing a lot of stuff that I'm just like, bro, why am I doing this? Like,
it's kind of why I like winter because it makes us stay inside.
Yeah, which is fine to me. Like, I'm definitely like getting games done, but like I feel like I've gone from bullshit to bullshit to bullshit to bullshit, and I'm just, and again, not saying Anthem is going to not be bullshit, but like,
well, but it's going to be me and you doing it, and we're going to make fun of it, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm just ready to play something where it's like I play the single player. I've already done the multiplayer. Do a little bit of grinding here. Done platinum. It's like I've been going like. It was like we did MLB The Show 18, right? Then I went and did Operation 7 Showdown, which I wanted to, pull my freaking fingernails out every single second I played it, but I had to do it for the series, and it was free. Right. So, got to do it, right? And then I was doing the AC Valhalla challenges, which, like, again, not bad, had fun doing it, but they got a little tedious at the end. Right. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Then I did the Gem Collector, which had to support the homie Eli, and then I got into the infamous Need for Speed block where it was just shift the run, shift 2. And like at the time I was like, man, I really do want to play a driving game, even though I had recently done Gran Turismo 5 before. It had been a few months. I was like, I'm down to play a driving game. But then I started getting burnt out by simulation. I'm looking forward to, honestly, I'm looking forward to playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I feel like I've not played a modern day open world game where I can get in and out of cars and do all that shit in like a while. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think after MLB 18, I went for I did Mortal Kombat because they did the invasions.
Yep.
So I got that out the way. It Takes Two. I worked on some of my backlog games. Knockout City.
Yeah, which was a grind.
Started to Watch Dogs Legion, DLC, Dirt 5, which I actually had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
You know, Gem Collector, and then Star Wars and Max Payne. But to me, every time we unlock a trophy, though, just one step closer to being done with it. So
Yeah, it definitely is true. But man, grind basically from grind to grind to grind. I went from Showdown,
yeah.
Operation 7 Showdown to Valhalla challenges to the 3 Need for Speed games I did, which like the run I did not think was going to be as bad as it was with that level 30 grind. Like I truly did not think that. And then Shift 2 was just again multiple grinds of different things that just added up, and I was like, oh my lord. And then right after that it's like, whoa, how much worse could this get? Okay, Max Payne 3 level 50, man, that's not any better, right? Like that's
like
so
the Dirt 5 DLC, that'll take me like a half a day to do, or a day to do. So I'm not worried about that. And apparently there's going to be another one around Halloween. So there's a part of me that kind of just want to wait for Halloween, so both from Brown, just get them both done at the same time.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But right now, Max Payne 3, Psychonauts 2, and then Kenya will be the next, or the main focus. And then what other games we're going to pop on and boost next.
Yeah, which I'm not sure exactly. I mean, we may do Never Dead this week. I want to get back to BioShock 2 at some point. So
well, I say we do BioShock 2 first. We've been putting that off for over a year.
Yeah, and BioShock 2 is a type of game where, you know, people talk about how bad it is, but it will take like 2 or 3 nights, if that.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
really not bad. I've really realized that about a lot of games recently as going back to play them. Not necessarily, I mean, I do think it helps having multiple consoles, but even like Max Payne 3, right? Like Max Payne 3 was the type of game, you know, I always knew it was notorious because of the New York Minute hardcore. But I knew the multiplayer was a bitch too. So like it was just always that type of game. And yeah, we got it done, but when I got it done, I was like, this really isn't like as bad as I thought. It's like the same thing with like Twisted Metal and like Need for Speed Shift 2. Like people always talked about Shift 2, the King of the Hill trophy is so bad, and it's like, but like, is it? Like, it really wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, people made it out like it was the end of the world, and I'm like, it just took creating a few like alternate accounts, which I already had, to sign on and put them in certain spots. Like, it really wasn't awful.
Right. Like, out of the grinds we've done this year, I think Enemy Front was my favorite with you and Waves, because we just watched movies and we laughed the whole time.
Yeah.
Least favorite, I would have to say, was fucking Marvel's Avengers. That was my least favorite thing to do this year.
Yeah, let me look through. That's a good point. Let me look through what mine is. I'm just looking from
Max Payne wasn't that bad either. We're down to the last minute, but but we still got it done. But I still had enjoyed it while we were playing it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm looking through to see, because I did a few. I have stories for all of them when it comes down to it, but like, I think one of the most painful ones because of idiots that I dealt with was probably Battlefield Hardline.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one for you.
But grind-wise, the most boring thing grind-wise, I would say, is probably, I wouldn't even say Max Payne 3, because we were playing, we were all playing together. So it was interesting. I streamed it, so that made it a little more interesting. But I'd say the worst one is probably, I did Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider reboot on the PS3 back in November, and like, dude, it's crazy. I think about it similarly with Max Payne 3. And I just sit there and I'm like, this almost drove me crazy just out of boredom. So how the hell are people doing this? Like, and I'm someone where like I enjoy doing like Killzone 2. I did Twisted Metal. I enjoyed it. And I just sit here and I'm like, dude, how does someone do the Tomb Raider reboot, or like the Tomb Raider remastered reboot on the PS4? Like, the level grind, like that made me go almost crazy, because you just pick shit up and put it down for like 20 hours. Maybe more, maybe 30 hours. And it just, you feel like you don't make progress towards anything. It's freaking crazy. So that was probably my most boring boring grind when it comes to multiplayer. Boring like gameplay wise was probably like the run, even though I did it for 5 hours. It was completely unplanned and I did not I did not want to do it. So yeah, that was pretty bad. I don't know. Operation 7 Showdown was a little dry too, but it didn't take super long. Cats and I just didn't want to play the game, which is fair enough. All right. Well, that's what we've been playing this week. Let's get into our next topic here. We've, not even through the introduction, we're an hour through, so that's pretty cool. I'm hoping this isn't going to go for too much longer. I don't want to, please cut me off. I do not want to,
I should be keeping up timestamps as well.
I
forgot about that.
I do not want to ramble for too long, okay? I do not want to ramble for too long. So let's get into, games we've picked up. Just a quick little topic here. Have you picked any games up?
I picked up Never Dead.
Nice.
Death Stranding Director's Cut should be here this week, and then I pre-ordered Kenya.
Nice. I've been debating getting this Kenya game because I've had a lot of people ask me about it. So, yeah, I'm debating. I'm really debating.
Oh, and I picked up Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS4, but now that was before I realized that it's broken. So
yeah, I need to confirm that. There's a lot of people that have been talking about that, and I don't know if it's necessarily true. So basically, I guess I can talk about this in the server shutdown, but what people are saying is that there's a trophy called Numero Uno on in Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS. Well, it's on the PS3 and the PS4. Basically, I'm pulling it up. Hold on. Basically, Rockstar becoming some dumb shits. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Basically, what this trophy was for was you had to obtain first place in all competitive game types. Now, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, it didn't have many quote unquote competitive game types. It had your basic things. So this is what you had. I think there's 13 of them. Apparently people are still earning the trophy. So I would get on and get it if it's a thing. I don't fucking know what's happening, but people are earning the trophy. And one of the people is Casper. So
oh, well, if he could do it, I know I could fucking do it.
So I don't know what's going on here. Let me pull up the form. Hold on.
Yeah, somebody earned it today.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what is going on here. I'm going to try to explain to people. This is going to go into server shutdowns because I didn't pick any games up. Just FYI. I pre-ordered Horizon Forbidden West special edition with the steelbook and Saints Row 2020 is what they're calling it. So
oh, damn. Okay. I gotta download that one too.
So apparently Rockstar knows that this is an issue. Sorry. I'm just trying to read through the forum post as I'm talking here. Probably not the best idea. So basically what ended up happening was there was a big thing going on and Rockstar put an update out for Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4. So in case anyone doesn't know, Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3 is going down in December. And it's already kind of quote unquote unobtainable because of the trophy. I believe it's called Run Like the Wind, which is to, I'm trying to pull it up so I do not speak falsely here.
Survive the bounty on your head.
Yes. So the trophy is Run Like the Wind and it's for GTA Online Survive with a bounty on your head. Now on the PS3 version of the game, they removed this feature because apparently, I don't know if people were abusing it. I don't know if hackers were abused. I don't know what was going on, but basically they took the feature out of the game. And they always said when they took it out that they intended to put it back in the game, but they never did. So that trophy was technically unobtainable, but people are earning it because even though they took it out of the game, hackers can still use it on you. So I don't really know how that works, but good job, Rockstar. So the only way to get the trophy on the PS3 version of the game is through a hacker, and the trophy's whitelisted for that reason because apparently if you still quote unquote played the game back before they took the feature out and you had a bounty on your head and you loaded the game back up, you would still earn the trophy. So for instance, if you played the game back in 2013 when it came out and someone put a bounty on your head and then you logged out of the game, if you logged in the game today, you would still have the bounty on your head. You would earn your trophy. Boom. You earned it legitimately, technically. You have no way to really prove it, but technically you earned it legitimately. But hackers can put bounties on your head. So that's why it's whitelisted. So there's a trophy now on the PS4 version of the game that is now, quote unquote, unobtainable, but apparently it's not unobtainable anymore. And it's, again, called Numero Uno, obtain first place in all competitive game types. The competitive game types consist of arm wrestling, darts, parachuting, golf, tennis, shooting range. And then you have races for bike, land, sea, air, rally, and GTA races. And then you have deathmatch, team deathmatch, gang attack, and survival. So as of there are 16 activities you can do. Apparently Rockstar put a thing out that said, we will be cycling game modes to save space, whatever the hell their thing was. And they said that they were going to be taking out like air, or they were going to be taking out like parachuting and something else or something. It was fucking weird. So I'm like, first of all, how much space is that really saving you? In all honesty, you have one parachute race in the game or something. How much space is that really like if you had 5, narrow it down to 1, right? Because what people were saying was, I had parachuting pop up on my game mode, but when I activated it, crashed my game or something. And it's like, what? Like, what? So like people like apparently bookmarked the jobs and tried to load them up, and it was crashing their game because it wasn't an actual thing. So I don't know what people are talking about. People are still earning it now. Apparently Rockstar knows it's a thing, so it'll be fixed hopefully, but I would, keep an eye on that. I don't have any definition. I haven't been on the PS4 version of the game recently, so I can't really tell you if it's working or not, but these are basic features in the game, so I would assume that it would be fixed and it's not going to be permanently unobtainable. But yeah, that has been a new developing story. So as it comes for other games that are going to be shut down, we have Max Payne 3, which was shut down on the 16th of September. Rest in peace to those servers. WWE 2K20 on the 26th of September on the PS4. PES 2020 on the PS4 September 30th. Dead by Daylight additional chapters and Dead by Daylight, it's just the Stranger Things DLC on the PS4 and PS5 on November 17th. Going to be delisted, but the trophies should be changed to something else. December 8th, we have Hardware Rivals going down on the PS4. December 16th, we have Grand Theft Auto 5 Online going down on the PS3. December 31st, NBA 2K20 on the PS4 is going down. February 22nd, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows going down on the PS4. Apparently no online trophies, but it could affect trophies somehow. March 1st, 2022 on the PS4, WWE 2K19 is going down. May 31st of 2022 on the PS3 and PS4, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is going to be going down. Again, no online trophies, but it could affect the game somehow. So if you want to do either one of them, get it done. It takes like an hour or something like that. It's super easy. And then on May 31st of 2022, same date on the PS3, MGS5 Phantom Pain will be going down. I think there's one trophy, something like that. So yeah. That's all I got for server shutdowns. Nothing new other than the developing story of Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4 Numero Uno BS.
All right, then. Well, thank you for the update, Stickle.
Yeah, I know that was a long one. I apologize. I will try to keep people updated because, again, another thing that really makes me angry when I stream, people will come in and be like, hey, did you hear about the Grand Theft Auto 5 Numero Uno trophy? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, I heard about it. You don't have to tell me every single time something happens, and you don't have to come in and tell me that Rockstar's a shitter for them doing it, because I already know that. I have the same standpoint as you. No one should be fucking these trophies up in the snap of their fingers, especially some big company like Rockstar, but I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
All right. All right, now
to the best part.
I was going to say, with the intro out of the way, let's get into these meat and potatoes, an hour and 10 minutes in almost. I'm going to let you take away the topics. We're going to split it up. We'll do something a little different. I know you collect them. I'm just here to speak. You could take the topics away. I will intervene as needed, and we will have a discussion.
All right, that works. Yes, I do choose the topics mostly. So if I ever forget one, let me know.
Yeah.
First one up is God of War Ragnarok, ending the Norse saga after 2 games. It's like Lord of the Rings box set. Barlog says. I love Corey Barlog. I just love that man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, but like, I kind of don't care.
I want a trilogy, but I understand why they're doing it because they even said this way the fans don't have to wait 15 years technically for the whole series to be done.
Yeah.
For a single story, and they can move on to something else. I'm okay as long as they don't rush it. Like, oh, we need to end this, kind of like how they did with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we gotta finish the story. Let's finish it. No. Just finish it right. Hopefully, and if who knows, maybe the game's gonna be. If they have to, make the game freaking huge. I don't care. Make it long. But yeah, but I understand where they're coming from with it, and this way they can move on. It's Santa Monica, so I believe in them. They barely ever let me down, so
Yeah.
Ragnarok will be the end of the Norse saga. So, Barlog says he plans to make a big splash with a different project as his next game, though he didn't share any details. I still say it's the Mandalorian game.
Dude, I think honestly, like, part of me thinks it is because he memed on it, but
But the thing too, if you ever watch like his Twitter, he's doing a lot of Marvel. He's like every weekend he's watching Marvel movies.
That's so strange.
And he's like, oh, I love this movie and all that. He's like, oh, I'm going, like he's saying he's going through the whole saga. Maybe the man's just going through the saga and just tweeting about it. Who knows? He's just trying to interact with people. But to me, it's Corey Barlog, and he likes the fucking troll. So,
yeah, I part of me thinks like it's true, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't. Yeah, him saying he's gonna make a big splash or something, I believe him. Because I know he wasn't directing this God of War, but he's not directing Ragnarok, which is fine. I think it's Eric Williams, yeah, and Corey Barlog is working on something else. So, hell yeah. He also, I feel like we're asking too much to say to actual completion of the story taking that long. It just feels too long, Barlog says. Which I understand. You do have Norse. To me, Greek mythology was bigger than Norse mythology. Well, so maybe that's why as well. Like, I'm big in Norse mythology. So who knows? I can see it ending at 2.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's weird, man. It's weird because part of me is like, I understand where he's coming from, like ending it right here. But then part of me is also like, I wish that they would build more on not just like the Norse side of it, but like just the context of things in general. Like, think about it, right? Like, we had so many God of Wars before. 1, 2, 3, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta. I'm not really going to count Ascension, even though you could. We had 6 God of Wars that came out, and it didn't just expand on that Greek mythology, right? We were getting backstory on who Kratos was, who Kratos' family was. Now, the Greek mythology was tied into it, obviously, because of who Kratos was, but like, it would be awesome to get like, even if we got a prequel to like when Kratos met, I don't even know Atreus' mom's name because I played that game so goddamn long ago, but like when they met, how Atreus came to be, how Kratos ended up being where he got to. Like,
well, we know how Atreus came to be. Well, so.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't need the details of that, but
it is a God of War game. That might be a mini game.
It could be. We missed out on that in this one. We always got that mini game of Kratos clapping the cheeks, but I just wish it was something where I feel like, and again, this isn't just God of War's issue. This is gaming in general. Everything has to be, you know, build on what it was before and blah 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 blah. We can't have prequels. We can't have a side story. Like everything has to be this big meaningful story, which I get to an extent, but it would be awesome to get a game that's like half the length of God of War 2018 that gives some backstory on something, and it basically feels like a DLC, and it can be priced at $30 or $40, but it's not. It wouldn't be the length of a DLC, but you know what I mean. Like it doesn't feel like an actual game. Like it doesn't feel like a full game.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like a DLC. Like it's an in between. You know, like a 20-30 hour game doesn't have like overly a lot of collectibles, doesn't have a lot of side activities and stuff. It's just very to the point with a story. Like I kind of wish we would get that to get more story out of what it is, because it will make me sad if it's just two games and all of the storytelling is behind the scenes stuff that you got to read about.
Right. Like when 2018 came out, because you had all the 9 realms, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's how they were gonna do DLC. Like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Every DLC is a different world that you want to go travel to. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that was a mark they missed on with that one. In all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, because they are making the Norse mythology their own a little bit. You know, they are taking it as like, here's the slab of what Norse mythology is. Yes, we are making our own because in Norse mythology, Loki is the father of Jormungandr, which is the world serpent.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Loki is Atreus. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Like it got me fucked up.
Yeah, but I agree with you
but...
100%. They have to do it right. They have to fill in all the blanks with this, and it cannot feel rushed.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want it to feel rushed, but I don't want them to make a bad game, but I don't want it to be rushed. I don't want it to feel rushed. But
Exactly.
I don't know how you go about that, you know,
right.
per se.
Quoting Corey right now, I think one of the most important reasons is the first game took 5 years. The second game, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to throw out that it's going to take close to that. Well, let's see, if they started right after the first one went out, we're about 3 years in, it's coming out in 2022, so yeah, it's close to 5 years in the making.
Yeah.
You know? And while a third one, that's a span of close to 15 years of a single story. Yeah, but you kind of did that with 1, 2, and 3, if you count, was the actual main story.
Yeah.
Of the original God of War. Now, my thing is this the end of a God of War, or Kratos, or Atreus, or is like Atreus going to get his own thing? Like he goes to a different like era. Like I think Egypt was one of the biggest things we were talking about before Norse. You know.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, but still, how's this going to end? We don't know. We haven't played the game yet. Nobody has. Maybe Corey has. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess we will definitely have to wait and see. But and again, this is us. This is an us problem, because we want so much out of games, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, we got to get this. Oh, we got to get that. And it's like, I just feel like we end up ruining it at the end of the game, or at the end of the day, because people want so much from things. We're like, and if you don't put out a perfect game, or, you know, you put out a game that's, you know, if they were to put out a game that I'm talking about, where you just like make it feel like a DLC, then people will complain. Oh, right. You know, you made this isn't a real game. And it's like, bro, like, I just want a game. Like, that's what I want. Like, so yeah. That's just me.
Like there's a part of me like, just make it long as shit then. Make it a long game.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care if I gotta do like one playthrough. I don't care. Just make it long, let everything just go.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know if they will, but that's definitely true. But I don't know.
They pull Halo Infinite and just put out in different pieces at a time.
Dude, it just makes me feel some type of way that like, yeah, I mean they could. It just makes me feel some type of way that we had all these games before for God of War, and now this one's like 2 for like this era, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah, I know.
Just makes me feel like sad because I'm like, bro, like I want more.
Yeah.
I want more.
But,
Give me
yeah,
more.
yeah. But Corey, I believe in that studio, so.
Oh yeah, Santa Monica's never done, a bad thing, so I trust whatever they do is going to be right, but and maybe it's to move on, but
yeah, Corey's not a dumb person, so he's the head of that. I think he's the head of that studio now.
I think he is too, or like at least the creative side.
Creative side, yeah. So yeah, so I believe in him. He's a nerd. He likes to troll. He never heard of God of War before, so
we'll see what happens. But
yeah, he's never. If you ask him about God of War, he just tells you he's never heard of it. So
what's that? Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it. Cool. That's a cool tattoo of a game I never heard of.
Have you ever heard of God of War? No, never heard of it.
You directed 2 of them? No, that wasn't me.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I didn't do that.
Good old Corey. I think he'll always be a fan favorite on this podcast, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can see him like ever doing that's like, ugh, is like if they fuck a game up, but I don't think they ever will.
No.
So.
I don't think he would either, but he's cooking up something big, though, too, I think. Something tells me it is a Mandalorian game.
Dude, I feel like he memed it, and, like, it's true now. Like, I feel like it has to be.
Yeah. Because you think about it, he memes shit, and then it's like, oh, shit, that's actually coming true. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's...
Well, remember, he did KOTOR a couple months back. He memed about that, too.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
He memed about KOTOR. And look, it's a time exclusive on PS5.
God, I didn't even think about that. Like, that's actually... Fuck, man. Now I'm getting in my head.
Yep, see?
Well, and especially since Star Wars is, like, open to the public now.
Oh, my
Wide
God,
open,
yes.
it could be anything, so...
Yep. And Sony does have that nice little relationship with Disney. Just saying.
Now they do.
Yeah, they got a really nice relationship. All
right, this next one I'm kind of looking... I'm interested in. Because...
With the THQ Nordic event?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't even know this was happening until I got to work on Friday.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is a thing. THQ did a virtual thing. Basically, they're showing off a few games that are coming out. Destroy All Humans 2.
Remastered, basically.
Remastered, thank you. I couldn't get out. I love the intro for this event because you had fucking Rammstein singing and all that. I think that was a cool way. I thought they were just going to do DLC for Destroy All Humans and then Destroy All Humans 2. Which I'm kind of glad that they did the series, or the Saga then.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Hopefully we get a third one sometime in the future. You already have the builds for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would, as much as they've been, like, flaunting, the redoing one and doing, I mean, and now the second one, like...
Oh, it's called Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed. Okay,
yeah,
that's why I was having trouble thinking of it.
Reprobed.
Yeah.
Well,
I bet it's. I remember people bitching about the first remaster because it had like a hard get gold or something challenge mode or something, and people couldn't get it.
Yeah,
I'm not positive on that.
I think you're right.
This will be on Xbox Series S, X, PS5, and Switch. No release date yet, which is fine. Aside from that, version of now over 10-year-old Destroy. What else do we get? Unlock classic and new platforming skills for Fish Hook Swing. The SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake.
Yeah, I was gonna say
basically it's like a SpongeBob Rift Apart.
Yeah. So what I wanted to again, THQ Nordic. Basically, to me, THQ they really are living up to THQ's name, but they have they have the Nickelodeon license.
Yeah.
And I know that they've been putting games out, but I feel like they could utilize it better. But at the same time, like I'm glad that they're still doing stuff.
Well, people were happy because they did remaster for
the rehydrated
for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah. Yep.
So everybody was happy about that. So I understand because that's Soul Ball. So yeah, of course they're making another SpongeBob game.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. They are missing something. Like you got Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
do a really good. They did do the kart racers, but I haven't played those, so I can't comment if they're any good or not.
I think they're just like average. There's a lot of games that they could do that they have. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I played some like Jimmy Neutron game. Like they could do that. Like I just feel like there's a lot of games. There's other SpongeBob games that they could do. There's just lot of things that they could do.
Who does Tony Hawk? No.
It's Activision owns it, I think.
Okay, I was gonna say, do Rocket Power. Make a fucking thing go up against Tony Hawk.
I mean, they could. There's a lot of games. I mean, I don't think they will. I think the player base for it is so small that that's why they only do one by one. Like I own Rehydrated, but still haven't played it. But
I own it too. I bought it when it came out. It's still on the shelf in its wrapper.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's sitting in the basement in the wrapper in a case. So
don't yell at us, people. It's what me and Snickle do.
Whoops.
He does it more often than I do, but yeah. Next game day I announced Outcast 2: A New Beginning.
Yeah, there's a first one of those on I think it's on the PS4.
Okay. Reviving the series properly this time by supporting the developer of a brand new game in the series. Okay. So that's cool. Jagged Alliance 3.
This intrigued me until I saw that it was like an RTS kind of.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah. Like the thing that only really caught my interest in this whole thing was Destroy All Humans in the SpongeBob game, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Superpower 3, I've never heard of Superpower. So I can't make a comment on this. Oh yeah, MX versus ATV Legends. I forgot about that they showed us.
Yeah, I saw a video for this the other day on Twitter. It really reminded me of the old MX versus ATV games because so like MX versus ATV, I think it was like Reflex on the PS3 was the one where they kind of went more towards specifically like MX and ATV. But if you guys ever played them back on like the PS2 Xbox era, MX versus ATV always had like, it wasn't just motocross and ATV. They also had like trophy trucks, monster trucks. Like they had a bunch of other things, like UTVs. They had a bunch of other things. And then kind of, it was Reflex, Alive, and like a few other things. They ended up going more towards, and then All Out as well. They ended up going towards just like a motocross and what's it called? ATV, as the name states. So, sorry, I couldn't think. But they went more towards a motocross and an ATV theme with like nothing else. So with this one, it looks like they're going more towards something more because you see like the UTV driving. So I think if it goes more towards like what the original was, like that makes me feel good because those games were kind of cool.
Well, as I'm reading this, as right in front of us, there will be a career mode where you'll be able to make choices and influence the direction your career takes. It will feature a 2-player split screen, which I like, and a 16-player online mode and squad-based gameplay. So that's kind of cool.
That's kind of nice.
A new trails mode is also described as high-intensity outdoor racing. Each turn presenting new surprises, challenging your drive style in new ways. This game I think will be really fun. I was actually shocked to see a new one actually pop up on this event.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see once it comes out more, but maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows? But out of all the games listed, I'll pick up Destroy All Humans 2, MX vs. ATV, and then maybe SpongeBob.
Yeah, I mean, we could do All Out. The only problem is it requires a lot of people.
Well, we know. Yeah, we don't. Well, we don't know a lot of people we can trust.
Yeah, I think it requires like 9 people or something. It's like stupid the amount of people that you have to get. So.
Okay, so we yeah. Okay. Other than that, that's all I remember from the event. You said something about Star Wars earlier.
Yes. So it's not with like THQ Nordic isn't like I don't know how they got involved in this, but basically it was put out that it was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and Republic Commando were being released as a bundle, and then the 2 Jedi Knight games, so Jedi Knight 2 and then Jedi Knight, were being released as a combo as well physically. And THQ Nordic, I guess, is helping. I don't know, like they can't be helping with the publishing, but maybe they're helping with the providing like the actual I don't know. Their name is on those 2. Let me see if I can find the listing on Amazon because I was sent it. Yeah. Oh no, it was through Cheap Ass Gamers. So here's the link. Oh, it's via GameStop, so it's not Amazon. So here's this. I put it in the chat, but you can see like it's Asp. So it's obviously Asper because they did it. Lucasfilms Games, and then THQ Nordic. So I don't know if it's for like a distribution purpose that THQ Nordic is on it, but yeah, they're releasing those 4 games physically as 2 like collections, which is
what bothers
cool.
me about this cover?
Which one? The Jedi Knight?
Yeah, the Jedi Knight one.
What, that Jedi Knight?
Jedi Academy is on the right, and Jedi Academy 2 is on the left. It should be.
Well, it's because it's technically right from the storyline perspective, but
right.
I mean, I think
it just bothers me.
The cover art is cool because they took the logo of Jedi Knight and just sliced it down the middle, and then put half of it to the left and half of it to the right. No, but I totally get what you're saying. From like a number standpoint, it's like what the fuck. Yeah. But from a chronological standpoint, it makes sense that they.
Well, if you think about it, if somebody's gonna play it like never played before, they're gonna put in Jedi Knight Academy first.
Well, Academy is, to be fair, it would probably be more fun to do that because you would probably play it and be like, who the hell is? I mean, I don't know, because you could play it and be like, who the hell is Kyle Katarn, and then you would then play Jedi Knight 2 and get like a backup of it, but. Theoretically, you should play Jedi Knight 2 first, because then you'll learn who Kyle Katarn is, and then you can play Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, create your own character, and then really be like, okay, that's who Kyle Katarn is. Like,
yeah, but
now I know who that is.
And for physical edition, I'll buy that just for the collection, of course, too. So,
wait, why am I just getting this mentioned to me now? Did we mention this earlier that? Apparently Waves. Where's my PSN Pro? Did he plat Kiwami too?
Did he? No. We didn't update his shit. Or I thought I updated it.
Oh no. Oh sorry. He just like I got notified something on Twitter. It just because he put a video up. I was like, what the fuck? He plat this shit? What the hell? I was about to say live coverage.
No. Okay. Yeah. I just looked at his trophy list now.
Yeah.
He hasn't played anything since like 7 hours ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what THQ Nordic's relationship is with these games. It has to be a distribution purpose because you would think, unless it is a publishing thing, because that would technically be distribution. But I would think that Lucasfilms Games would be able to cover that, but maybe not. I don't know. Just thought that was kind of interesting. Dude, I before we get into the next topic, I'm so excited for new Star Wars games. I think we talked about this last week, but like, I'm just so excited.
We're gonna talk about it like every week.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see what Ubisoft does, even though they've been really goofing things up. I'm actually really excited because I don't know. I feel like a Star Wars game with the way that the new Assassin's Creeds have been formulated. Let me not say Assassin's Creed. With the way that what was that other game that Ubisoft had that came out last year?
Immortals.
Yeah. Star Wars with the Immortals Phoenix Rising kind of layout, I think would be a dope ass game. But
Oh yeah. There's a part of me, because we talk about how the trophy cap on PS5 is 1,000, right?
yeah,
I kind of want only one game to do it, and I think it should be Star Wars that gets it. That or a Marvel, like an actual like good Avengers game should get it, because there's so much open world for that.
yeah. I mean, I feel like Star Wars, if they made like a game that was like the whole galaxy, like that would be dope. But I just don't know if they would ever be able to do that because of how big the game would actually be. Like,
Well, that would just be updates, yeah. But
yeah,
still.
I don't understand why these games, and again, this may be like completely out of the realm, but like, everything else in the world nowadays, you use like cloud services and stuff. I don't know why it can't be like the same type of thing for a game, especially if like you're going to be, you always need an online connection.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why, like, if I always need an online connection, why can't the data be saved on a cloud and it's just downloaded via the cloud, like that, the physical game itself? But maybe that's somewhere we'll get in the future, but definitely dependent on like internet speed. But like, I feel like if you're able to like stream a movie through Netflix, like, I feel like it should be, I don't know, because you got to figure like a hard drive can only has a certain capacity. So like you'd have to figure out the relativity of the hard drive capacity to like internet speed capacity. But I think that's kind of what like Stadia tried to do, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is Stadia. Which it just sucks because it comes down to internet speed and not really like hardware, which is what people were like bitching about. But I don't know. I would be intrigued.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why Stadia always like kind of intrigued me, because it was like I don't actually have to download shit and it's always up to date and you literally just play it, but people probably don't like it.
Yeah. So that's it really for the THQ Nordic event. Like I said, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah. THQ Nordic just makes me happy because they remaster the right games. Mm-hmm. They always are innovating with like different types of games. Like if friggin' Activision owned MX versus ATV, you'd never see a new one. But THQ Nordic always puts it out, and like they probably do it the right way where they don't allot like every single piece of funding into it, so it doesn't actually cost a lot of money for them to make, but it's actually a decent game at the end of the day.
Right.
So alrighty. Into our last topic
final
here.
Topic. Yes. Hold on, let me update the time stamp. 1:37. Man, we really fly through topics. We spend almost our whole time on games we've been playing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this last topic is more... It's hard to describe and what we're going to talk about. As we all know, Activision Blizzard is going through a couple lawsuits for sexual harassment, blah, blah, blah. This is from the Diablo 2 Resurrected dev. Folks deciding if they'll buy it should do what they feel is right, because people are boycotting Activision and Blizzard, even when they did like the new Call of Duty premiere video and all that. You didn't see their logos anywhere. I understandably understand why people are boycotting. I don't blame you. And that's what the dev is saying. He understands that people don't want to buy it right off the bat because they are boycotting the company. So if you don't buy the game, they understand. But also, if you just do what you feel is right, is basically what they're saying. Which I agree how he's handling this.
Yeah.
He's being respectful. Apparently Activision, all that, hired a brand new HR manager. She's like, I think she came from Disney or something.
Well, they better be paying her a shit ton of money, because
right,
that's a big task to be taken up there. Yeah, so... I have noticed that with what's it called? when like the new Call of Duty stuff came out, that was
Yeah.
kind of what ended up happening. Was like, if you watched it, there was no trace of like Activision anywhere
No.
on that game, which kind of blows my mind, but like also at the same time, like they would be kind of dumb to put their name on it, especially with everything happening right now. So I don't know. It's funny to think about the way that they're dealing with it, because there's only one of two ways to deal with it, right? So, well, I guess there's a few ways to deal with it, but the two major ones are like, A, you act like nothing ever happened. Keep putting your name on stuff, acting like nothing ever happened. Basically, take the Ubisoft method. Oh, something happened? No idea what you're talking about. The other method is kind of what they're doing, where you kind of just remove yourself. You still make stuff, but you just remove your name from it to make it look like you aren't doing anything with it. So,
Right.
I don't think either are. I mean, I don't think either are the right way. I think the right way to go about it is to address it, but they're not doing. I mean, they're not. They're kind of doing that, but they're not. It's not at their own. It's not under their discretion, right? It's kind of under. It's kind of under the people who's done it's discretion. No one higher up is telling them like, oh, you should really out yourself, or you should do this or you should do that. It's kind of like, yeah, that was kind of an oopsie. Like you should. Well, like if you decide to do something about it, like cool. If not, like we're not gonna punish you. So
like reading this, don't forget Vicarious Visions is the one doing the remaster or the remake. You know.
Yep.
And they weren't in that lawsuit at all. Mm-mm. They're just a branch of that family. You know.
Yeah. And
even it says before Diablo 2 Resurrected was announced back in February 2021 before the lawsuit, and is being developed by Vicarious Visions using the original source code and gameplay of the classic action RPG, first released by Blizzard back in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
The studio was not specifically named in the suit and has in the past worked on non-Blizzard Activision titles, but the lawsuit and the fallout that followed have affected the team at Vicarious Visions. Yeah, because basically your brother or your father is an asshole, and yeah, people are going to look down on you because you're from that same family.
Yeah.
It was definitely very troubling to hear these types of things, design director Rob Gallerani explained, and we really wanted to support our colleagues and our co-workers. Well, hopefully the good ones that didn't do that shit.
Yeah.
The lawsuit included horrible stories of abuse, and after the suit became public, Kotaku learned of a hotel suite that was reportedly a booze-filled meeting place by where many would pose with actual portraits of convicted rapist Bill Cosby while all smiling. Yeah, we talked about that one before. Since these stories and reports have surfaced, numerous former and current Blizzard higher-ups have apologized, with some leaving the company, including Blizzard President J. Allen Brack. Games like World of Warcraft and Overwatch have been also removed mention and references of people named in the various claims and lawsuit, and Activision itself seemed to quickly hide its logo and company name during the announcement of the latest Call of Duty.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to stay face a little bit, like, but y'all fucked up. They know it too.
I mean, I don't want to say there's no way around it, but like, you kind of have to own up. You have to own up to it at some point. Like, you really should, and they really haven't been. So it's kind of a shame.
As a result of this, all the controversy, Gallerani told Access that Vicarious Visions did a full scrub of Diablo 2 Resurrected to see if any references, names, or quests needed to be removed or changed. According to him, nothing was found. After the lawsuit became public and stories of harassment and abuse continued to be shared online by women and men, many players have struggled with buying the company's game or boycotting them. Gallerani's comments to Access seems to leave the decision up to players, which he's right. Mm-hmm. In August, Kotaku reached out to employees at Blizzard and Activision about if they supported the fans boycotting upcoming games. Some didn't respond, others didn't want their comments to draw attention away from the ABK workers aligned to current demands, which is nice of them too. That's actually taking the side of your coworkers right there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that article. Hell yeah for them. To me, he's making the right, as the developer himself, he's making the right decision to stick by his colleagues.
Yeah, I mean, as he should.
Yeah, he knows what the bad ones did was wrong. And if they search throughout their whole system, make sure none of them were found in that game, that's great.
I mean, this is how I feel about, like, the whole thing, right? Like, I get why people are mad about, like, the company that's working with Activision Blizzard to make this game, right? But at the same time, like, they're just there for cash. And, like, it sounds bad, but, like, they got bills to pay at the end of the day. So, like,
right.
Realistically, like, you shouldn't get mad at them because, like, that's what they're there for.
Right.
Now, I know what people are saying, like, well, you know, they should have more, you know, sanity or whatever, and they shouldn't want to work with companies like that. I mean, I get it, but, like, again, like, they're just trying to make some cash. And, like, you don't know.
It's hard to get into that field, too.
Yeah, and you don't know what they're going through, right? Like, you don't know if they're struggling right now to make ends meet. Like, you don't know any of that. So,
right.
I don't.
There's a part of me, don't boycott the Vicarious Visions, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
I understand Blizzard or the actual Activate, like Call of Duty or like World of Warcraft. I understand that, but not. When it comes to Vicarious Visions, not really.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah.
Yeah, so
we'll see what happens. I mean, it sounds like, from what I'm reading online, it sounds like people are very not happy with Activision, which is, like, fair enough. But yeah. Like,
I remember Diablo 2 being one of the first, like, games I played on PC. So this is kind of hard because I'm like, do we boycott it or not?
Yeah, like, what do I do? Like, I feel bad, but like, at the same time, you want to be able to support them. So
exactly, like, to support the people that were involved in this.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. So
who knows? But that's it for all the topics I found for this week, Snickle.
Well, we had some good topics. I think that's about all we got to cover. Again, if you guys have anything you want us to discuss in upcoming podcasts, you know, definitely let us know. Add us, do all that good stuff. So, and with that being said, I'm gonna go grab some food because we recorded this one super early, and it's din time for me.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for everything. Again, leave comments below and everything. We appreciate all of it, and I will catch you next week.
Hell yeah. Bye, everybody.